everything you need to know about Canvas quizzes starting now. There are two different ways to create quizzes. The first way is to go to your left side navigation bar and select quizzes. Once you get to quizzes, in the top right, click where it says plus quiz, and it will let you create a quiz right here. So for this one, we're going to call this example quiz 1. And then to save this quiz, what you want to do is scroll all the way to the bottom until you see save, and go ahead and click save. And all these other options I will show you guys in a brief moment. So now you guys can see that our example 1 quiz has been created and the options tied to our quiz. Now, if we go back to our modules page, you guys will notice that our new example quiz is nowhere to be found. To add that quiz to this module, go ahead and hit plus right here, and then go ahead and from this drop down menu select quiz, and then it will give you the example quiz 1, and we're going to indent that 1 level, and then click add item, and now you guys can see that your quiz is present. And if you want this to be published, go ahead and select publish right here. Now, the way I like to create quizzes is by going directly into my modules page and going to the module where I want to add it. So module 1, and hit the plus icon again here. Hit quiz on the drop down, and then hit create quiz. And here it will let you name your quiz. So this is going to be example quiz 2, and then it will let you add it to whatever group in your assignments page you want to right here. I will be getting into assignment groups and those options that you have in Canvas in a later video, so make sure you stay tuned. For now, we're just going to add this to our assignments group, and again indent 1 level, and then hit add item. So now you guys can see the two different ways that you can add quizzes, and the second way that I showed you is going to be just a little bit quicker than the first way. Now we're going to go back to our example quiz 2, and I want to show you guys the options that you have. So from here, you can go ahead and preview it, but what we want to do is go to edit and start adding some options to this quiz. So when you scroll down, here is going to be the field where you can add your quiz instructions. We're just going to type out complete quiz like so for now. And then down here, the quiz type, you can select from practice, graded, graded survey, or ungraded survey. So those are going to be your 4 options. For now, we're going to leave it as a graded quiz. And then again, you can select what assignment group you want right here. And then underneath options, it will let you shuffle the answer choices. And this is really useful using this in your course because every student will have the answer choices displayed slightly different, so it makes it a little bit harder to cheat. Now down here you can select a time limit, and in our case we want to have a 60-minute time limit. Again, you can select this to be whatever you want. Now we also want to allow multiple attempts here, so you can toggle that option right here, and you can keep the highest grade, the latest grade, which is going to be the one they took the most recent, and then you can actually have it average out all the attempts, but we're going to leave it as the highest. And then allowed attempts will be unlimited unless you change it to something customized. So in our case, we're going to add 3 allowed attempts for each student. Now, if you go down, it says let students see their quiz responses. Incorrect questions will be marked in student feedback. So this will let the students see what they chose for each question after they submit the quiz. Now, Canvas is also going to let the students see the correct answers as a default. Most of the time, you don't want to select that because then students, when they go into their second attempt, well, now they know all the answers. So I definitely recommend against that, but if you want to, you have that option. And then it will let you change it to only after their last attempt, show correct answers at whatever time you want and the date, and then hide correct answers at date and time here. But for our case, we don't want the students to be able to see that. And even further, we don't want them to be able to see their quiz responses because a lot of the times students will share these, and that leads to a lot of cheating in courses. So we're going to uncheck both of those. And then we're also going to select show one question at a time. So if you have 10 questions, instead of listing all those 10 questions out on one page, you will have to answer one at a time and then move on to the next one. And each one will be displayed individually. And then we also want to take it one step further and lock the questions after answering. So for example, if I answer number 1 and I move on, I cannot go back anymore. And then you can also add require an access code. So we're going to add password as our access code. And this is useful if you want the students to have to take this quiz in person. You can make them show up to your course in person and then give them the password once they arrive, and then they can take the quiz from there. And then you can also filter IP addresses. This is not really that useful though, because most of the time you're not going to need to filter an IP address. Where it says assign, the standard in Canvas is it's going to assign this quiz to everybody in your course. But from here, you can X out of this and just assign it to individual students or a couple, 3, 4, however many you want from here. And then you can make it due whenever you want. So in our case, we're gonna make it due November 30th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. and you can change this to whatever you want. And then it will give you the option to make it available from whatever date and time you want until whatever date and time you want. And now once you have all the options that you want, you can scroll back up to the top here and hit the questions tab, and from here it will let you start adding questions. So first I want to show you guys how to tie this to a question bank. You can go ahead and hit new question group and then link to a question bank and then select whatever question bank you want to use, just like so. And for our case, we want to select 10 questions at 10 points a question and then hit create group. And now you guys can see we are picking 10 questions at 10 points per question from our selected question bank here. But for this example, I don't want to actually do that, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it using the trash can icon here. Now to add an individual question to just this quiz, you can add new question right here by clicking this option, and you have the choice of multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, fill in multiple blanks, multiple answers, multiple drop downs, matching, numerical answer, formula question, essay question, which is basically like a free response text answer, and then file upload, where the students can upload a document or a picture if it ties into that specific question. And then finally, text with no question, which is not really that useful. So for our case, we're only going to use multiple choice questions. If you have any questions about these question types here, we will be making another video about this extremely soon. So right here where it says question, this is going to be what's displayed to the student. So let's go ahead and type in just a random basic question. So we're going with what is 1 + 1, and now if you scroll down here are going to be the answer choices, and A is going to be 1, B is 2, C is 3, and D is going to be 4. If you want to add another answer choice, you can right here click this one. For our case, we don't want that, so we're going to go ahead and delete it. And if you want to delete some of these up here, you can do so as well. So we're only going to have 3 answer choices in this case. So obviously our correct answer is going to be 2. So to select that one, hover over your possible answer here and select this arrow, and now you can see it says correct answer is 2, and then you can change that to whatever you want. Now make sure you save this question by hitting update question down here below, and then I'm going to add 2 more multiple choice questions and then show you a few more features. Now we have 3 multiple choice questions, and from here you can only see the questions. If from this point you want to see all the question details, go ahead and check show question details, and it will show you the answer choices and the correct answer. But for us, we're gonna deselect that, and then you can re-edit these questions or delete them here by clicking the X to delete, or by clicking the pencil to go edit that question again. And make sure you hit update question, and then when you're done with all of these, scroll all the way down to the bottom and make sure you click save once you are done, or you will lose all the progress and all the work you just did. And then once that quiz saves, you will see example quiz, complete the quiz, or the directions, and then all the options for these quiz that you just selected. And then you can go ahead and preview it here, and then it will say once you have submitted an answer, you will not be able to change it later. You will not be able to view the previous question because of that setting we did to lock each question once you answer that one. So go ahead and click begin, And here you can take the quiz as a trial. But what we want to do is actually exit out of this. So we're going to hit the back arrow like so, and then we're going to go to our modules page and actually preview this as a student. And to do that, you can hit student view in the top right, and then it will give you a notification at the bottom to remind you that you are in student view. And we want to take our example 2 quiz right here. Here's what you will see from a student perspective. And now the access code is also going to be listed here. So make sure you test this out and make sure you write this down and keep it in a good place, because you don't want to lose this password for your quiz. And now you can go ahead and test out your quiz just like so. And now you can see that one question is showing at a time and it's not letting us go back. Once we select our answer, we can go ahead and hit next. And then once we're at the end, it will let us submit that quiz. And then you can see your attempts down here as a student and what score you got as well. But it won't let you see the answers that you selected or the correct answers because we have that disabled in our quiz settings. Then one last thing I want to show you guys is that each question is going to be set to 1 point unless you specify otherwise. So to leave student view, hit leave student view, and then go back to your quiz, hit edit, and right here at the questions tab, if you hit the pencil, it will let you specify how many points each question is. So if we want these all to be 10, we can change these to 10, and then make sure you hit update question and save your quiz to make changes. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us through this video today or go to our website at kalmanwebdesign.com, and we would love to help you out. Have a great day.